Joining me now is GB News host Darren Grimes. Darren, let's start with the news that has tongues wagging from London to LA and right here in Australia. Where is Princess Kate? We know the Princess of Wales had abdominal surgery back in January 16. She was in hospital for 2 weeks. It's a long time. And since then, she's not been seen in public. Last time we saw Kate was on Christmas Day when she and Prince William took the children to church. What's going on, Darren?
It's a very good question, Rita, and as you say, it's one that the world is asking, never mind the Commonwealth and other realms and territories as well. I mean, that in the images that we're seeing on screen right now, all smiles, all charm, doing that traditional yomp to Sandringham Church. But since then, of course, as you know, Kate's gone quieter than a mouse in slippers. Now, this of course comes when Prince William is a no-show at King Constantine's memorial service. Now, that has chucked a real spanner in the works because the palace only said that this was a personal matter. But as everyone is aware, in this industry, silence speaks louder than words. With the king tackling his own health battles as well, there's a right and proper concern about the firm's front line. Now, His Majesty the King, he was banging on for many years before he became, as he was the Prince of Wales, about a slimmed down monarchy. But with that comes this hefty risk. If the key players are off the field, it leaves all of us wondering who's left to carry the ball, right? And our Queen knew that all too well. She said herself that actually she has to be seen. And there is power in being seen, especially in the age of Twitter twaddle and non-stop news. It's trickier than a Sudoku, frankly, for royals to actually keep up the number of appearances necessary in order to actually be seen. So we're stuck here between a rock and a hard place. And I think Kensington Palace have got to decide. They're zipped up tighter than a drum right now. But until they actually give us the word straight from the horse's mouth, we're all going to be out here playing the guessing game. Because Buckingham Palace were open and honest and frank about the king having cancer, but less so about the Princess of Wales. So we're all left wondering, Rita, and it's going to go on and on.
Well, it is. And she's a healthy young woman. So for her to be spending 2 weeks in hospital with abdominal surgery, that raised all sorts of questions. Have we had any clarity yet on what sent her to hospital? They said it was a planned operation, but that doesn't really tell anybody much. And I can understand why there are concerns because she hasn't been seen for a couple of months now. Is this an ongoing health issue that she is battling?
Yeah, so the only thing that we've actually had confirmed is that it isn't cancer, because of course His Majesty the King is suffering from cancer. I think we've reached a point where the palace is treading a very fine line where, we're not owed a peek into every nook and cranny of royal lives, but when the palace has been spilling the beans about the king's health, as I say, openly and honestly, it sets a precedent. It's like opening a window in a sandstorm. You can't be surprised when dust starts to settle within. So until we get the full 10 yards from Kate and William's corner, the rumour mill is just going to keep on churning. And with the palace playing their cards close to their chest, at least Kensington Palace, this tale is going to whip up one hell of a storm, no doubt about it. Because as you say, fit and healthy, smiles over Christmas, a full diary over Christmas, and actually really excelling in those roles over Christmas. Something is going on, and it has to be serious for it to warrant such a elongated period out of sight